Thanks for joining me. I'm so excited to be doing this class today as it's beautiful summer solstice, and we're also celebrating International Yoga Day tomorrow. So a really good day, a really good weekend for all us yogis and yoginis. So today I'm going to do a little practice, just focusing a bit more on our core, as we don't tend to do a lot focusing on the core, though we use our core in our practices, but it's just to bring a little bit more focus and attention to our core. I do have another video that I've done before on core, and today we'll be doing similar poses, but also a few other ones. And today we'll be doing a variety of levels in the practice as we go through today. So please just adapt the practice to how you're feeling today, to your level of fitness, or if you're having a day you don't really want to put too much effort in, just go to how you feel you want to be doing today. So accompanying me, my lovely friend, my diffuser, and I have a beautiful scent going today. It's actually the first time I've put the two oils together, which is 3 drops of lavender and 3 drops of peppermint, which are two of my favorite, and it just smells amazing. So do definitely try that if you have no other oils. These two, I really love them. So yes, let's begin. So we're going to start lying on our backs and have our knees bent with our feet flat on the floor. Just have the tailbone just tilted up slightly, just so you start relaxing the base of your spine. Your lumbar, just relaxing it on the floor and relaxing your spine. Bring your hands just to sit on your belly and just take a few moments just to settle in. You can have a pillow under your neck or under your head if that feels more comfortable. And just have your eyes gently closed. And take a few moments to bring yourself into the practice. Just starting to slow the breath, slow the body, slow the mind, and just connect back to yourselves, to your body. Just noticing how you're feeling, how your body's feeling, and then just letting yourselves relax. So just take a few moments to settle in. Starting to notice the connection of our body, the back of our body on the mat. Just noticing your feet on the mat. Noticing the back of our body relaxing on the mat. The back of our head. And then just starting to notice if you're holding on to any tension. Let's just take a quick scan. Is our face nice and relaxed? Letting go of any tension in the forehead, between the eyebrows, in the jaw. Just let it soften. Have a small space between your teeth. Just let your jaw relax, and in fact the whole of your face just relaxes. Neck is relaxed, so just check your chin's not sticking up towards the ceiling. It's just nice and neutral as we have a lovely long relaxed neck. Shoulders feel nice and relaxed, drawing softly back down onto the mat. The arms relaxed, feel the connection to the mat as they relax down. The connection of your hands on your tummy as they relax. Again, just noticing if you're holding any tension in your glutes, just let them relax. In your legs and your feet, are your feet nice and relaxed on the mat? So you are not curling the toes up, just let them gently just be on the mat. And then we'll just start focusing on our breath. So starting to take nice long inhales and exhales. So slowing the breath down, still still keeping it natural, so we're not forcing the breath. We're just taking longer breaths. So really conscious breaths. Starting to feel the breath coming more from your belly as you inhale, starting to feel the expansion coming up through the front of your body to the chest. And then as you exhale, relaxing the breath out, letting it go. And let's continue for a few more rounds. Letting the breath go for longer than your inhale, especially if you're really trying to relax. The longer your exhale, the more relaxed the breath will become. And your mind and your body. So let's continue with these nice long yogic breaths, diaphragmatic breaths. We're using all of our diaphragm to its full potential to help us breathe. Nice long energizing breaths as we inhale in and then exhaling. Few more rounds, bringing in new energy and letting go of tension, stale energy, things that no longer serve us, just letting them go. Let's take 3 more rounds. You can exhale through the mouth if that feels more relaxed for you. Our final round, make that breath as long as you can. And a nice long exhale. And then back to your normal breath. So checking in that you're relaxed, not holding on to tension. We'll still stay here with the eyes soft or gently closed. Let's just take the hands to either side of our body. And all we're going to do, trunk of our body, head is still facing up towards the ceiling. We're just going to drop our knees to the left side. Just give the base of our spine a little twist. And then bring the knees back to center and drop them to the other side. Keep relaxing the shoulders and the head back to the mat. Bring the knees back to center. They come up towards our chest. Take the arms around the legs and a gentle rock through the back of the body as we rock from side to side, just getting in a bit of movement as we get ready to start coming up. So rolling onto one of your sides and then come up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes are soft or gently closed as we come and sit back on the mat or on the floor. Have your hands together in front of your heart. And just connect those palms. Really notice the connection through the fingers, all the way, the tips of the fingers, the knuckles, the base of the fingers, the palm, top of the palm, sides of the palm, bottom of the palm, and just create a little space in between the bottom of the middle of the palm. Just connect all those edges, really connecting, opening up the chest. Feel that the arms energizing, the chest opening up, the spine lengthening as the sit bones root down, like someone's pulling you through the crown of your head, lengthening you up. And just take a few breaths here. Set an intention for your practice. And let's seal that in with a nice brisk rub of the hands. Start bringing energy to the body. Feeling that heat rising up between the palms. And then we're going to place those palms over our eyes. And gently blink back into the light as we open our eyes, taking our hands away. We'll begin with our greeting of Namaste, love and peace, and thank you for joining me. So as I was saying before, we're just going to be focusing on the core. And I was just checking that it was actually recording. So let's continue. So we'll start with a bit of warming up. So let's take our right hand behind our back and see if we can have our fingers all the way across and either interlacing fingers or just holding onto your hand. And a nice gentle stretch as we take our left ear over to the left shoulder. Relax the right shoulder, get a nice stretch through the side of the neck, through that shoulder. And then relax into that stretch, creating some space. And then bring the head back to center and we'll switch sides. So take the left hand round, again either interlacing fingers or just holding on to that left hand, with the right hand, and then take the right ear over, relax the left side, that shoulder, stretch out the neck. And just relax into that stretch. Good, gently release the neck, release the arms, bringing the hands back onto our knees. We're going to take a twist as the right hand comes across and take the left hand behind us. Not a very deep twist, we're just taking a nice twist to the side, keeping the back hand nice and close to us, elevating that spine, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, just gently settle into that twist. Just have that right shoulder relaxing. And then still staying with the twist, bring the head to center again, and then just drop the chin towards your chest. Take a nice stretch through that left trapezius muscle. And then release the neck, release the arms and switching sides as the left arm goes to the right knee, the right arm comes behind you, again getting it as close to you, giving you some lift. Settle into that twist, just for a few breaths. Again, just relaxing the shoulders, lengthening the spine. Start lifting up already through your pelvic floor, draw that navel slightly in. Bring the head to center as we stay in the twist, bring the chin towards the chest. A little stretch through that trapezius muscle on the right side. Then release the neck, release the twist, a few shoulder rolls, just loosening off any tension. And a little massage in the opposite direction. And then come back to center. We're going to get some movement in our legs. So bring those legs out and then bending that right knee, that right leg, supporting the ankle, supporting the knee, and just rocking it out from side to side. Loosen up that hip. Stay up nice and tall. As soon as you start drawing that navel in towards your spine, it just starts lengthening you up. And then bring that leg back to center. Knee comes up first as we place down the leg, opposite leg. Again, just moving from side to side. Loosen up that hip. Draw that navel through towards the spine. Just want it about 70 or 80%. And then come back to center, turn that knee up, straighten the leg, and we're going to come into a little pull straight from here, just to get some movement in the knees as well. So bending the knee, the knees come onto the tips of our toes, have the hands just beside you, and all we're going to do, relax the shoulders, is just move one leg at a time. So we're still tapping the floor to support us, but you can probably already feel that engagement through the core. And just little taps, try and get those knees movement in those knees. Chest stays nice and open. The more you open the chest up, the less likely you are to put strain on your neck. Good, and then release, coming back Take a few breaths here. And we're going to come into cat-cow. So coming onto our knees, onto our hands, into table to get ourselves ready. And if you want to have a cushion close by at any point, just have it just in front of you in case you need to grab it on any of our poses today. So rooting down through our hands, wrists underneath shoulders, knees hip distance apart, nice wide fingers, a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling, drawing shoulder blades back, tailbone goes up, looking up towards the ceiling or up to your third eye space. And then as we exhale, tucking tailbone under, turn to the chest, top of the head, crown of the head, just shining down to the floor. Inhaling again, opening up, draw those shoulders down your back. Tailbone up, reaching that navel down to the mat. Exhaling, rounding up the spine. You maybe get your toes and tuck them in and give them a stretch. And let's continue in our own breath for another 3 rounds in your own time. Don't feel you need to go with me. You can go slower, you can go faster, you can put the movement in your toes as well if you want, or you can keep your feet pressing down, backs of your feet pressing down into the mat. Totally up to you. Just keep rooting down through those fingers and noticing the flexion, extension and flexion in the spine as we come into our last stretch here as we exhale. Come into a neutral spine, feet back of the feet on the mat, and then we're just coming down into puppy pose. So bring the elbows down onto the mat, onto the floor. Elbows are underneath our shoulders. Again, shoulder distance apart, wrists are in front of those elbows. The chest is opening up. Feel the shoulders drawing down, the shoulder blades drawing down your back. You might feel a little tension through the spine, so maybe just starting to engage the core. So just take your focus to your core. Also root down through the backs of your feet to stop the pressure in your knees. So let's take the attention back to the core, drawing up through your pelvic floor. If you were trying to not go to the toilet, just drawing up. So through the uterus or through the perineum. Draw the navel in towards your spine, so just there are 2 bandhas, our 2 locks of energy, center of our body, root lock and stomach lock, just holding it there. If you feel the ribs are popping out, just draw them in as well, and then you're truly locked in with your core. So you can continue here in puppy pose. To make it a bit stronger, you can come up into dolphin. Interlace the fingers so your arms are in more of a V shape. We're going to tuck the toes under. Only come in if it feels comfortable. If it feels too much, come back down into puppy pose. Tuck the toes under. Root down through your arms as your head comes just past your hands, between your arms. Maybe walking the feet in slightly closer to you. Tilting the pelvis up towards the ceiling. This is quite a strong pose, so do be careful. Do take your time, and if you don't like it, go back into puppy pose. And then come back down onto our knees. Release the hands, bringing wrists underneath shoulders again, into table to get ready to come into down dog. So really stretching out those fingers, rooting down from the tips of the fingers through the knuckles, the thumb, in between the thumb and the forefinger, really rooting down through there. Tuck the toes under, tilt the pelvis, feel the stretch through the arms, energizing up towards those shoulders as they start turning in towards each other. Straightening the spine, lengthening the spine up. Keep the knees soft for the moment as we go through a nice stretch through the spine, and then start straightening out the knees, straightening out the legs. Give those hamstrings a little stretch, maybe walking out the dog, 1 leg at a time if you feel comfortable. You want to warm up that way, or if you just want to hold in stillness instead, totally up to you. Just release, relax, and the tailbone tilting. And then coming back to center, let's look towards our hands and walk through to the top of our mats into a forward bend and just hanging here. Let ourselves relax the shoulders, the arms, slightly soft knees. And we're just hanging, getting ready to start coming up. Bring the hands to the shins, lengthening the spine as we look forward. Nice long spine, draw the shoulders back. Right angle pose brings the arms to either side of our ears. We reach forward with the tips of our fingers, lengthening the spine back, root down through the feet. Make sure you're not just collapsing back or falling forward. You're staying nice and centered as we reach. That's fine. Take the arms behind the back, interlace fingers on an inhale. Start coming up and release on the exhale. Good. We're going to just do a couple of rounds of sun salutation. So let's start off with half a sun salutation. So in Tandasana, so we're rooting down through our feet, energizing outwards, so we're not falling in, palms opening up, so the chest automatically starts opening up, creating space, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Draw that navel slightly in. Ribs want to stop popping out, draw them in again. So we're like a little box, all locked in energy here. The transverse abdominals are here supporting us. If we engage that, they like hands on either side, just holding us. Let's take a big circle with the shoulders as they roll back, and a circle with the arms as we come all the way through. Fingertips on the mat. Take that right foot back. The chest up, chin up, check knees stacked over here or slightly ahead. Into down dog as we step back. And then the right heel goes up towards the ceiling. Take the left heel down, a nice big stretch. Bend that right knee and start bringing that right foot. You may need to take a couple of steps to between your hands. Left knee comes down, chest up, chin up. Really lengthening through those fingers. And then come into a forward bend. Root down through those feet, roll those shoulders, nice big circle with the arms, a gentle back bend as the hands come back to the heart. And let's get ready to do another round. So reaching back, coming all the way forward, lengthening forward all the way down. And then we step back with the left foot this time, knees on the mat. And we're going to take a twist. So the left hand is next to the right foot, right hand goes up towards the ceiling, and we take a twist towards that right knee. Again, reaching that arm up towards the ceiling. And then bringing it down, stepping down dog. Flattening through those palms, through those fingers. Let's take that left heel up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch, stretch, stretch. Bend that left knee and bring that foot through between the hands. Right knee comes down. And this time the right hand is next to your left foot. And the left hand goes up towards the ceiling into that little twist. Then reach up, make sure your arm's not dropping back. As always, you can choose where you want to look with your head, up towards your fingers, to the side or down. And then as we move, bring the head to look down, bring the arm down and step through into a forward bend. Root down through those feet, start coming up, hands come back to the heart. And we'll do another round, but this time we'll continue into the full version. So again, rooting down through the feet, circling those arms, nice deeper back bends if you can. Reach back, draw that navel in, lengthen forward all the way down, hands to the mat, right leg steps back, chest up, chin up. If you want to make the practice a bit stronger, you can take that knee off the mat and push the heel back. Still lengthening through that spine as we're gazing forward, step back into down dog. And then we'll continue Ashtanga Pranam, 8-point pose. Bring the knees to the mat as you shift the weight forward. Then touching down with chest and chin. Elbows go back towards the chest, touching down, straightening the legs, and then lifting the chest into a baby cobra. Draw the shoulder blades back. Relax those glutes, tuck the toes in, draw the navel in as you come back into down dog. Stretch that foot. That right foot comes through between the hands. Left knee comes down, grip stronger, stays off the mat, nice strong leg. Again, lift up the chest, looking up ahead. And then into a forward bend. Root down through those feet, circle those arms, come all the way back. And let's end with the left side, and this time we'll take a twist again. So reaching back, back, into the forward bend, reaching. Left foot goes back, knees on the mat or off. If you want to make it stronger, take that twist. Left palm on the mat, right palm up. Right hand up. Shoulder stacked above shoulder, rooting down, energizing through that right foot. And then bring the right hand down, stepping back, down dog. Shifting, weight, 8-point pose, knees to the mat, elbows come back as we touch down, chest and chin, lengthen back and lift up into a baby or full cobra. Relax the shoulders so they're not coming up around your ears, they're drawing back. Relax the glutes, tuck the toes under, draw up through the pelvic floor, back, navel back. And then a nice big step through with that left foot. Couple of steps if you need to, right knees on or off the mat, and then we take that twist with the left hand on the mat, and the right hand on the mat, and the left one up. Again, trying to stack one shoulder above the other is where we want to end up. If you're not quite there, no problem. Bring the hand down as we come into a forward bend, stepping through, root down through those feet, circle those arms as the hands come back to the heart, and just take a moment here. If you need to slow down your breath, and we're going to come into chair. So bending our knees like we're going to come and sit in a chair. Let's bend those knees. Starting to just keep the hands here on the hips for a moment. Bend the knees, lifting the toes so we get the weight into the heels, and then bring the toes back down. Again, open up the chest, so just draw the shoulder blades back towards each other, and then bring the arms in front of you, palms facing each other, have the wrists just slightly further up, then your shoulders, and we're in chair, and here is where you can really connect to your core. So just have a check of how the middle of your body is feeling, how that lower back, the lumbar is feeling. You want to tuck the tailbone slightly down so it comes into neutral. We're not tucking it under, we're just bringing it into neutral by lifting up through the pelvic floor. So locking in that root lock as we draw up through that perineum or uterus. We're drawing the navel back to about 90, 70, 80%. And then we're drawing the ribs slightly in so the transverse abdominals come in to support us. So we're just switching on those muscles. And then they're lovely holding us. Let the weight sink back into the heels. And then as we take a nice big in-breath, release, straighten the legs and reach the arms back. Just release that belly as we stretch. And then with the exhale, move back into chair again. Lift up through the pelvic floor. And I want us to lift the toes this time. Lift up the chest. And we're going to do a couple more times working with the breath. If you need to take a breath in between, please do. Just move in and out with the breath. So take a nice big breath in as we release. Reaching back, maybe come up onto your toes, strengthen those muscles. As we exhale is when we engage the core. As we come into chair, lift up through the pelvic floor, draw the navel back, draw the ribs in, lift up those toes. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhaling, stretching out, stretching back, lengthen the spine, get a nice stretch through the front of the body. And then as we exhale, come back into chair. Lift up the toes, pelvic floor lifts, navel draws back, ribs draw in, open up chest. Good, nice and supported, strong core, happy back. Coming for a twist. So bring the toes down. And we're just going to take a twist. I'll turn myself this way. We're going to straighten our left leg, lean on the right leg, and take the left arm up towards the ceiling. You can stay here in this assisted twist, or you can take your right hand, fingertips down onto the mat or onto the floor, and just go into a fuller twist. Keep opening up the chest. Keep the shoulders stacked one above the other. And then come back to chair as you exhale, switch on that core. And then switching sides, leaning on the left leg this time, take the right hand up, reach those fingers down up, and then you can maybe bring the left toe fingers down next to your toes and lengthen that. Come into more of a forward bend. Lengthen down through those arms, choosing where to look with your head. Next exhale, come back to center, back into chair, and then into a forward bend release, and just let yourselves hang forward. Take a moment, relax your spine, your shoulders, back of your legs, maybe grab elbows with opposite hands, and just a nice rock from side to side. Releasing the base of the spine, crown of the head, shining down to the floor. And then let's come back to center, letting go of arms. You're going to interlace the fingers, palms turn down towards the mat. And then as we inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Nice big stretch here, softening the shoulders, a side stretch. Root down through those feet, energizing them outwards. Internal lateral lines of the legs are engaged. Come back to center and to the other side. And then back to center and release. Good. Release those shoulders. Relax for a moment as we come into a warrior two. Well, we're going to come into reverse warrior. So stepping forward with your left leg towards me and take the right leg behind you at 90-degree angle. Really heel to heel, heel to instep. Let's bend that left knee. Check that it's not dropping in. A nice right angle through that knee. Root down through that back foot into that reverse warrior. The right hand is down the back leg. The left hand, palms facing up and over. Nice and relaxed. A nice stretch through those side ribs. Giving us that length as we continue into triangle. So next breath, come up, straighten the left leg, arms to either side, nice T arms, and then reach and drop. Right arm goes down, left arm goes up. Again, try and stack those shoulders. Hips are in a line. Choose where you want to look with your head. And again, start drawing those inner thighs towards each other and root up through that pelvic floor. I'm going to try and go into a floating triangle. If it is too much for you, use your hand to support you. So top arm, taking it straight past your ear, reaching to the side of the room. And then the bottom arm can come up as well underneath the bottom ear, or just have it supporting your leg. Keep rooting down through your feet to stay nicely engaged and supportive through the feet, through the legs, through the core. Keep reaching, so just like a side angle pose. And then start coming up as you inhale. Use the top arm to bring you up and relax. Close the stance as we come into a high lunge on the ball of that back foot. And rooting down through the front foot. And to just adjust myself, I want us to see if we can come into a warrior three. You might need to we'll just do the legs to start off with. If you've been doing it for a while and you can come straight into warrior three, then do. Otherwise, take a few moments just to square off the hips. Start shifting the weight to the front leg. Straightening that front leg. Start hinging forward from the hips and lifting the back leg up. You want those inner thighs coming in towards each other. And rooting down through your standing foot, but lifting up. Be nice and light through that leg. If you have a chair or something around to support you, you can really go into the pose. Just hold on to something if you want to get something to help you, or find a wall. And then that just lets your legs get used to it. And if you want to go into the full version, just take the arms and reach forward. So I've got my desk here today, so I can be a bit lazy and really get it to help me. Square those hips off, root down through that foot, nice and supportive, and then start coming up and relax. Let that back leg drop into warrior one. So let's go straight into 45-degree angle. Those hips are still square to the front leg, and we reach up and then come forward. Hands to either side of that front foot, flattening the palms, and step back into down dog. A nice big stretch here, root down through those palms, tailbone tilts up. You can stay here in down dog. You can take a moment in child's pose if you prefer, or you can come with me through a flow. So shift the weight forward, bring the knees down, bending those elbows back, scoop the chest straight through into a baby or full cobra. Relax the shoulders, the glutes, tuck the toes under, engage the core back to down dog. And then let's walk through or hop through to the top of our mats into a forward bend. Take a nice big breath, root down through those feet, roll those shoulders and start coming all the way up. Hands back to the heart. And let's continue with the other side. So this time right leg comes towards me if you're facing that way, and then take the left foot behind, hips are square, and bend that right knee. Get it nicely engaged, opening up that inner thigh, really paying attention to your poses, to your muscles. Left arm, down the back leg, right arm, palm up and over. Nice right angle through that bent leg. Open up those side ribs, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Next breath, coming up, straighten that leg as we reach and drop into triangle. Again, right hand goes down, left hand goes up, rooting down through all of our feet, both of them. Make sure we're engaging back towards the outside edge of that back leg. So we're not collapsing in, and we keep those legs nice and active and pulling in towards each other. Engage that core. Gives us a bit more space. As soon as you draw that navel in, you get a bit more space through your spine. Floating triangle as we bring the top arm over the head, reaching, reaching. Bottom arm is under or supporting you on the top of your leg. Keep a few breaths here. Keep rooting down through those feet. So we're energizing those legs. And the next breath brings us up. Relax the arms into that high lunge. So bring the stance in. We're just preparing to come into a warrior three. So I am still suffering on my right leg a bit from overstretching hamstring. So we're going to shift the weight forward into that right leg, back foot just on the tips, just to get ourselves. You can go straight into warrior three. Otherwise, take your time. Hips are square. Keep straightening that back leg. Go up to a wall if you need to, just to get that alignment through the legs to then help you go deeper into the pose and hold it there for longer. Keep rooting down through that standing foot. The final thing is to take the arms reaching ahead. Keep squaring those hips off. Keep lengthening through the spine. Draw that navel in. Nice and steady, holding you. Nice long breaths. And then start coming up again. Drop the leg back. Good. 45-degree angle into warrior one. Bend that front knee, release the leg, reach up, and then come forward, hands to either side, and let's step back into down dog. Flatten those palms. Again, either staying here, or you can go to child's pose, or take a flow with me as we shift the weight forward. Bring the knees down, bend those elbows, scoop the chest all the way through, ending in a full cobra if that feels comfortable, or even into an up dog. If you want to make it a bit stronger, take the thighs off the mat. And final, tuck toes under, back to down dog, draw that navel back. And then let's come, and we're going to shift onto our knees and come into a spinal balance. So just coming here, again, bring those wrists underneath our shoulders, drawing in. I'm going to start at connecting back to the core again. So draw up through the pelvic floor. Feel like you need to go to the loop. Just holding it in. Draw the navel in. Draw the ribs in. And we're nice and comfortable. So just a reminder there, and then we'll continue. So we're going to take a nice big breath in. On the exhale, as we engage the core, take the right leg back, straightening it back, flexing the foot. Just have a quick look back. Make sure the leg's not going too far up or down. It's just staying nice and straight. You shouldn't feel any tension in the side of your hip there should just be nice and straight. Keep rooting down through your fingers. You do feel your wrists are a bit weak. The more you root down through the fingers, the more it helps you take the weight off. Bring that knee down. Or you can always, if you're using a mat, roll the mat up. Or if you have a cushion, you can just put a bit of height through your wrists. And then again, that helps the weight move on to your fingers. So take a nice big breath in. We move with the exhale. As we exhale, we engage the core. We draw the navel back, lock that energy in. Straightening that left foot, flexing it, lengthening that leg. Check it's not going too far up, too far down. Good. And then release. Bring that knee back down. And just take a moment. We're going to move on to a little bit harder. So really good for the core's always a bit harder because the core has so much benefit. We're going to come into a high plank. So tuck the toes under, bring the knees off the mat, and just push those heels back. The shoulders should be just above, your wrists. Again, if high plank is too much, bring the knees back down. Engage that core, so we're strong. Engage through the top of your body as well. So feel like you kind of got a hollow body through the top of your shoulders. So we're here in a high plank to get ready for a side plank. If you need to, knees are down, and we're going to shift to the right side. So if you need your right knee down, please do bring it down and then bring yourselves to the side and take the left arm up. Or if you want to go into the full pose outside of that right foot, and then take that left arm up. Keep rooting through that right arm, root down through those fingers. Keep the chest nice and open. You might even be able to bring that foot up. Just keep that core nicely engaged. Keep rooting down through that right foot. Nice little smile. Bring that left foot hand down. Shift back into high plank. And then release into down dog. We'll go into child's pose if you prefer. We're going to bring our knees to the mat in any case. And then we're going to shift right foot through between our hands. And we're going to do just a little stretch here. So bring that left foot towards you. Left hand is on the mat. Again, you could always bring a cushion to give you a bit more height. And then the right hand reaches forward. And then see if you can reach it all the way around to grab those toes or your heel. Or if you can't grab either, just have the hand on your back and just bring that foot towards you. If you had a strap, you could always get a strap or a belt just to help you. And then we're opening up that shoulder, that right shoulder, just kind of rotating it back. So we're looking to the side. We're opening up the chest. Making some room. And then release. Bring the right hand down, left leg down. Shift back into down dog. So place those palms on the mat. Stepping back. Get ready for high plank on the other side. Shift the weight forward again. Push the heels back. Engage that core. Shoulders above wrists. Get those transverse abdominals, those hands on either side of you, holding you. Bring the knees down if you need to. Shifting to the left side. I'm just going to switch myself over. Then we're switching to the left, outside of the left foot. And then take that right hand up this time. And settle in. Engage that core. Root down through those fingers. Keep that spine nice and long. You can always take that foot up. And just take a few breaths here. Just with control, taking your time, bring that right arm down, shift back onto your toes as we shift into down dog or child's pose if you prefer. Come back down onto our knees. Left foot comes through this time. We bring the right toes towards us. Right hand's on the mat or on a block or on a cushion if you want a bit more height. Take the left hand, reaching forward and around to grab the toes or the heel. And just a little rotation through that top shoulder as we open the chest out to the side. Good. Come back to center, release the arm, step back to down dog. And then we'll do one last final balance. So bringing the knees back down to the mat as we were doing before. Wrists are underneath shoulders. And this time we're going to take the leg out and then we'll take the opposite arm out. So take a nice big breath in. And then take left arm out and right leg back. Draw the navel in. Get that core engaged and lengthen through the spine. So as we reach the arm forward, we're drawing the shoulder back into its socket. And then flex that back foot and reach that leg back. And draw up through that core. Waking it up. Root down through those fingers on the mat. And then bring the hand down. Bring the knee down. And let's end with the opposite side. Nice big breath in. Right arm forward, exhaling, switching on the core, flexing that left foot as we take the leg back. Keep it reaching forward, lengthening back, rooting down through the back of your right foot, rooting down through those left fingers, keeping you nice and supported. And then gently relax. Hand comes down, knee comes down. And let's go into child's pose. Take a few moments. A nice, well-deserved break. Drink some water if you need some. And just relax here. Let the shoulders relax, the neck, the hands, the wrists. Connect back to your breath. And just take a moment. And then let's start coming back up to seated. So rolling back up. We're going to come into boat pose. So coming to sit nice and tall on the tips of our sit bones. Keep our chest nice and open, the spine long, and again start drawing that navel back and rooting up through that pelvic floor. On the tips of our toes, and either using the back of our hands to support us or hands on either side. So really getting that energy rising up through the center of our being, through our core, our energy center. So with the chest open, and start lifting the legs. Again, if you suffer from any lower back problems, keep the knees bent and even maybe keep the toes supporting you. Otherwise, you can start bringing the legs up and either hands behind the legs just to keep you lifted and open through the chest and that navel drawing back. And really wake up that core. You want to feel a nice shake starting to build up in that belly. So you know you're waking up those deep, deep supportive muscles. Happy core, happy back. Really supporting our lower back. And then release and relax. Take a moment, let the belly relax, let the shoulders relax. And we'll do one more round. Let's settle in again on the tips of our toes, or you can go straight into it if you do it quite often and you're quite strong already. Just the different levels, nice and tall through those sit bones. Start lifting and maybe taking the hands to either side as well, coming into the full pose. Now I do struggle to straighten my knees because I've got quite tight hamstrings. But if you can straighten your legs and go for the full pose, do go ahead. Keep drawing through that navel. Keep lifting up through that pelvic floor, holding it in, get those deep muscles trained, especially as we get older, those internal muscles really start weakening. So for me, this is a really good exercise to go nice and deep, and then relax. Good, relax the belly again, relax the spine, maybe even take the chin into your chest just to relax your neck in case you were straining it, as it does happen. And then we're going to take a little twist, so just straightening the head back. Let's take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind us. A little twist. We don't have to twist all the way back. Just a nice little release here with the twist. Keep the spine nice and long. Use that hand behind you to straighten you up. And then the opposite hand just to help you turn. I'm going to try and keep the hips square so they're not turning as well. So we're just turning through the base of our spine. And then release, and to the other side. take right hand across, left hand behind us, and settle in. Root down through the back hand, lengthen through that spine, and then just twist and relax. Good, letting go of the twist, come back to center. Let's come into butterfly, so bring the soles of our feet together, and we're just going to gently butterfly our knees up and down, just to relax out that pelvis, base of our spine, any tension that's been building up along our spine, just letting it go. Any tension through the pelvic floor as well, just relaxing it out. And then we're going to come into a side stretch. So keep that left leg close to you and take the right one out to the side. Again, adjust yourself so you're nice and tall on the tips of our sit bones. Or you could on a cushion, especially if you do suffer from sciatica. Every time we have straight legs out in front or to the side, always best to have yourself slightly raised up, just so you're not putting so much pressure. So you can always bring that cushion, and it gives you a bit more room, especially if you feel you're quite scrunched up through the top of your body. If you're like this, sitting with just gives you a bit more tilt through the front of your pelvis. So right leg, foot is either straight up, flexed if you want more of a dynamic stretch, or a bit more relaxed. Just make sure the ankle's not falling to the side. Let's reach up, really root down through the bottom of the body, and lift up through the top of the body. Draw that navel in, draw the ribs slightly in, creating that space through the back of the body. Start turning towards that right toe, and then start dropping forward. We want to stay in an active forward fold. So we're gazing ahead. We're not looking down. We're gazing forward towards our toes. Keep the spine long and the shoulders slightly drawn back. And just hold it there. Just for a few breaths as we lengthen through the spine. And then we're going to take it into more of a side twist. So left shoulder, we start rotating up towards the ceiling as we open the chest up. You can be holding onto your toes or onto your leg, just to use that right hand to help you kind of maneuver more open. So using that to lever you open. And then take the top arm and a gentle stretch over the head, just letting it hang, pulling you over. Bent knees, engage back towards the mat, keeping the chest nice and lifted. And you're just taking a nice stretch through the side of the body. If we had any love handles, that's where the stretch would be. Thankfully we don't, because we stretch them out. And then release, start turning forward again, and this time into a relaxed forward fold. Just let your shoulders and neck totally relax. And then we'll get ready to switch sides. So in breath brings us back to center, and we'll gently switch sides. As the right leg comes in, take the left one out. Again, adjust your pelvis, get that lovely room through the front of your body, nice length. Bringing that heel towards us, energizing that right knee down. Left foot either flexed for more dynamic stretch or more relaxed. And again, just be mindful of your the back of your leg if you need to bend the knee, just to take the strain off that hamstring. Reaching up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the sides of the body. Bottom part rooting down, top part reaching up. So turning towards that leg and then dropping forward and relax. Not totally relaxed, we want to keep length through the spine. So we're gazing up towards the toes, so we're not folding in. Keep lengthening through the back of the body, drawing the shoulders slightly back. Keep that spine nice and long. Just let your hands land wherever they land. Take a moment to get ready for that side stretch. So again, use that left hand to help you as you start turning the right shoulder up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. Right arm reaches up and over the head, and just let gravity pull it over. Keep energizing the right knee back towards the floor. Keep the chest nice and lifted and keep reaching and relaxing. Feel the stretch through the side of the body, through the side of the spine. Nice little smile. And then relax, folding in again, turning right over, and this time totally relax. Just let the head relax, the shoulders, just hanging here for a bit. And then let's come back up to seated. We'll just do a little counter pose, so just moving your cushion away. If you've been on the cushion, bring the legs forward. We're going to come into upside down table, just straightening out the spine. So bring those feet are hip distance apart. Bring the heels a bit closer to you. You want to get the ankles. When we lift up the pelvis, the knees go forward and then they'll be sitting above the ankles. Arms come behind us, either fingers towards us, to the side or back. However you feel comfortable with your wrists. Root down through those fingers. Start opening up the chest. Root down through your feet. Start feeling the lightness already through the pelvis. And take a nice big breath in. On the exhale, start coming out, lifting up. You may need to adjust your feet slightly. Draw that navel in, wake up that core. You'll probably switch it off, switch it back on again. Make sure you're not tightening your glutes whilst you do that. You want to keep the glutes relaxed and keep lifting up the pelvis. Keep opening up the chest. We want a nice straight spine. Root down through those feet. And then release. Bring yourselves back down. Release the legs. Release the arms. And we're going to come and lie on our belly. So as we've been doing so much work for our core, let's do some back, just a bit of back bends. Just to keep our core nice, our back nice and healthy, nice and strong. And so two options, either in baby cobra, so the hands are just underneath your shoulders, those elbows drawing in just to support you either side, the side of your body, just drawing them in. And you can just be here, root down through your feet, top of your legs, front of your pelvis, that pubic bone pushing down into the mat. And just have the chest slightly lifted. Or you can come into snake and take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and keep lifting up through the top of the body. Use those arms just to help you draw back. Draw the shoulders, blades in towards each other. Keep the neck relaxed. And keep lifting up. Keep pushing down the bottom part of your body. Roots down to the mat as the top part lifts up. Keep the glutes relaxed. And keep lifting up and reaching back. Just take a few breaths here. Keep rooting through that navel, keep pulling it back towards your spine, bring the ribs in, lift up through the pelvic floor. So many things to remember. And then release it all, relax, make a pillow with your hands, rock out your back. And then come back to center. We'll do it one more time, either staying in baby cobra if you want to try it, try the fuller version. Take the hands behind us. Nice big breath in. Start lifting the chest up, pushing down, rooting down through the mid part of our body, and then see if you can lift your legs up as well. So the more apart they are, the less intense the back bend. The more together, the more intense it'll feel. Again, drawing in through the pelvic floor, draw that navel in, draw the bottom of the ribs in. Keep yourselves nicely supported and keep lifting up, strengthening those back muscles. Keep us nice and straight as we get older in life. Just relax the legs again, relax the arms, and totally relax the back. Give it a nice little shake, a rock out, maybe windscreen wipering the legs from side to side. And then let's push back into child's pose. So coming back to center, onto our knees and then back. Maybe a wide-legged child's pose to give yourselves a bit more space. Really stretch out that spine and then let the hands relax either side of the body or either side of the head, wherever you feel comfortable.
Take a few breaths here. Connect through the breath through the back of your body. Feel that nice big energizing stretch from the base of your spine all the way up to the nape of your neck, and then relaxing as you exhale. Another nice long breath. Good. Let's start rolling back up to seated. And we'll do one final little core. So much to do today as we come and lie down on our backs. You'll definitely feel the benefits once we're done. You'll feel so much longer through your spine, through the front of your body. Nice and supported. So lie on our backs, straighten out our legs. Just adjust our pelvis slightly so you have less of a space underneath the space of the small of your back, your lumbar. Just have the pelvis slightly lifted up. You can always place your hands just on either side of your sacrum if you need a little bit more support, or put a cushion underneath just to give you a bit more support through your back if it is quite a weak back. And you can always have your knees bent and then go into the pose. So we're going to be lifting up one leg at a time. Hands are either side of you, and we will move with the exhale. As when we exhale is when we really engage all those four sides of our little box and just lock that energy in, and those transverse abdominals just come and hold us nice and safe. So take a nice big breath in. As we exhale, draw that navel back and just lift your left leg up just to about a 45-degree angle. Start feeling the pelvis tilting up, and you draw the navel down, bottom of the ribs down, bottom of the pelvis comes up, and then we're just holding it there. So this might feel quite easy, quite relaxed. Again, just tuck the chin slightly in towards your chest so we're not putting strain on our neck, and let those shoulders relax back down. And then the longer you hold it, it starts going more into those deep core muscles, and start feeling more of a shift. And then bring that leg down, relax for a moment, and we'll get ready to switch legs. So again, just paying that attention to the core. Take a nice big breath in. And on the exhale, right leg comes up. Again, just tilt the pelvis up slightly, draw that navel in. Foot is flexed or straight, completely up to you. Just more worried about the core, or not worried. We're more focusing on the core and having that support. Keep drawing through that navel, drawing down the ribs back down, pelvis up, nice and supported. Few more breaths. Nice little smile, turning the corners of our mouth up, and drop the leg down. Relax the back for a moment, and we'll do one final time. Let's see if we can do both legs together. So this is where you may need to have a bit more support with the hands either side of your sacrum just to help you come up. Again, if you have the knees slightly bent, that helps you. And just draw, really draw that navel down. Maybe try that a few times, that tilting up, drawing the navel down, just to get that action. And it's a very key movement when we're trying to do other things like headstands and shoulder stands and handstands and all those acrobatic poses that I never seem to do. Let's take a nice big breath in. And then we're going to take both legs up. You can bend the knees and come from the toes, or just take the legs straight up, 45-degree angle. Once you settle here is when you can really tilt the pelvis and draw the navel in and hold that. Feel that little shake through the center of our energy center. Root out through your hands. You may even want to bring the chest up and open that up. Just make it a little stronger. Make sure you draw the shoulder blades back, so we're not straining the neck. Take a few breaths, really get that shake going. And then start bringing the legs down, the chest down, nice and slowly. Draw that navel back and relax, 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 relax. Totally relax that little belly. And then bring the knees up towards the chest. A little rock from side to side. Brings us back to center, still keeping the knees towards our chest, close to us. Take the hands to the sides, just making some space. We're going to circle the knees to the right, forward, and to the left. So nice big circle. So let's do another 2 rounds. Massaging the back, massaging the belly. Last round. When the knees come back to the chest, we're just going to drop the knees to our right into a supine spinal twist. The closer your knees are towards your waistline, the more intense the twist will be. So just release the knees slightly. Adjust your spine, adjust your shoulders. Try and get them both flat on the floor. And then if you feel up to it, you can take your neck and look to your left side. We won't hold it for too long, so hopefully that feels comfortable with your neck. You can always do cactus arms, bending from the elbow. That feels like it's a bit more comfortable, especially for the shoulders. If you're struggling to have that left shoulder back down on the mat, just try and release it when you exhale. Or maybe just place a cushion or just shift your spine a little bit more. A nice calming, relaxing spinal twist as we get ready to end our practice. Next breath brings those knees back to center and then shift the top of our body back to center. Bring the knees back up, and this time we'll take them in the opposite direction. So knees go all the way to the left, forward, and then the right. Nice big exaggerated movements as we give our back and belly one final massage. As the knees come back to the chest, drop them to your left this time. Again, adjust the space, knees to belly, adjust the spine, adjust the shoulders. And when you feel comfortable, you can take the head and look to the right. Again, bend the elbows if you want. And cactus arms. Release that right shoulder as you exhale. Release the spine. And relax in the twist. And then let's come back to center. Bring the neck up. Bring the knees up. Adjust the trunk of your body. Bring the knees up towards your chest. One final rock from side to side. And then we come back to center. Give yourselves a nice big squeeze. So take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, just squeeze those legs into your abdomen. Release that spine onto the mat. We're going to get ready to end in Shavasana. So I'll talk you through Shavasana for about a minute. If you do want to continue for longer, maybe go and put on some nice relaxing music just to end off for about 5 minutes or so for the length of your music. It's straighten our legs and just start relaxing. So let the feet just flop out to the sides as the legs already start relaxing. Take the arms out to the sides as well, palms facing out. And just let the chest relax back down onto the mat. Adjust your chin if you need to, so the neck is relaxed. Maybe put a cushion under your head or under your knees or under your lumbar back. And just make yourselves nice and comfortable. And start relaxing and releasing any last bits of tension. Connect back to your breath. Connect back to your internal body as you just start feeling, noticing the body just relaxing as the last bits of tension just totally disappear. Legs are just gently relaxed, feel them heavy as they totally relax. Pelvis is relaxed. Just let your tummy sink back down as it relaxes. With each new exhale, just let yourself relax that little bit more. Let your ribs relax. Your chest relaxes. Just gently relaxing your spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Arms are heavy and relaxed. Letting the fingers just gently relax. Face is relaxed. Let the jaw relax. Even letting the tongue relax back down. Forehead is relaxed. And the eyebrows are relaxed. Just totally relaxed. Just for a few more precious minutes of Shavasana, especially if you're doing this in the evening. I would say just continue for a little bit longer and totally relax. And I will leave you here. And I thank you for joining me as always. And I'll say namaste, love and peace. And please do join me again soon. We close our practice with love, connecting back to our heart. Connect our mind, our body and breath to our heart as we end with love and peace. Thank you, and namaste again.